So ALGO has recently been on an uptrend, despite this quick to move to the downside that we've witnessed over the past couple of days. And in my previous update, I mentioned how I was looking at for this wave 4 to tap into this range here between 20.14 cents to 21.57 cents, given that what I was tracking within this wave 4 was a WXY structure, where if I was to draw that in, so this was the W wave, this was the X wave, and this was the Y wave. And the Y wave typically reaches anywhere between 1 to 1.226 of the W wave. So by bringing in the Fib tool and bringing this to the local top at 29.11 cents, so you can see that the 1 to 1.226 retrace level sits within this region here, and we ended up falling short of this region, but we did meet the minimum target, which is this level here at 24.2 cents, and we ended up finding support at the 88.2% retrace level. And so, yeah, despite falling short of this region, we still met the minimum requirement. And so I'm looking out for this WXY structure to have formed the wave 4, where the wave 4 bottomed out at 22.34 cents. And yeah, it's possible that we are now within this fifth wave, where I'm looking out for this fifth wave to tap into this range here between 36.06 cents to 40.61 cents. And so for the wave 5 to form, what we need is a 5-wave structure to form. So it's possible that this here is a wave 1, and this is wave 2, and then we have a wave 3, 4, and a wave 5. So if I draw that in, like so, and so what I'll do is check to see if the wave 3 has met the minimum target, which is the 1.618 level. So if I bring in the Fib tool and bring this to here at 23.07 cents, so here you can see that the 1.618 level is at 27.83 cents, which we ended up exceeding, where we ended up reaching 28.04 cents. And so it's possible that this here is a wave 4 and a wave 5. But for this structure to be in play, this wave 4 cannot cross the wave 1 or the wave 2 origin. And so essentially what we can't have is the price of ALGO breach past this level here at 25.09 cents. And you can see that we ended up breaching that level. And so it looks like this structure is actually invalid. And it's very much possible that we are still within this third wave. And then we see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out like so. And so this third wave has to be made up of 5 waves. And so what I'll do is I'll drop down to the hourly chart and check to see what's taken place within this recent move to the upside. And so yeah, what I'll be looking at for right now is for this move here to be the wave 1. And this move to the downside being the wave 2. And this move here being the wave 3, a wave 4, and we could potentially be within that 5th wave. And so this 5th wave has to reach the wave 3 top as a bare minimum requirement, but typically it reaches anywhere between 1.236 to 1.618 of the wave 4. So if I bring in the Fib tool, so what I'm looking at for right now is for ALGO to tap into this range here between 28.83 cents to 30.15 cents. And then shortly after, I will be looking at for that retracement to the downside, where we can then begin to track the wave 4, and then we see that final push to the upside to complete that 5th wave. And you can see that on the stochastic RSI, we are within overbought conditions, and so at some point I am looking at for the bears to regain control of the market. And so it will be interesting to see what structure is actually forming within this move here. And so what I'll do is I'll remove this and drop down to the 5-minute chart. And so it's possible that this here is the wave 1 and then we have a wave 2. And then this whole move to the upside could be the wave 3. And then we have a wave 4 and a wave 5. Whilst at the same time, it's possible that this here is the wave 1. This is wave 2, and then we have a wave 3, 4, and 5. And so what I'll do is I'll bring in the Fib tool and bring this to here at 25.72 cents. And so the wave 3 as a minimum requirement has to reach the 1.618 level, and that level says at 27.87 cents, which we ended up exceeding. And so yeah, it's very much possible that this here is a third wave. So if I draw that in, so this here could be the wave 1, a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. And so what I do is check to see what's taken place within this recent move to the downside, where what I'll be looking at for right now is a WXY structure. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to over here at 27.71 cents. And so the Y wave typically reaches anywhere between 1 to 1.236. And you can see that we ended up tapping into that region. And so it's possible that we see a reversal to the upside. But at the same time, it's possible that we see a deeper corrective move to the downside, where this double X structure would form the double wave. And then we have this move to the upside to complete the X wave. And then we see one final push to the downside to complete the Y wave. So if I remove this and bring in the fib tool, so here we reached 27.49 cents. And so we could go even deeper towards this range here between 26.62 cents to 26.78 cents. So we could find support at the 200-day main. So yeah, worst case scenario, we'll go slightly deeper towards this range here. Best case scenario, we ended up bottoming out and then we see that reversal. But nevertheless, I'm still looking at for that final push to the upside to complete this fifth wave here. And so yeah, if I go back to the hourly chart, what you can see is again, we are within overbought conditions on the stochastic RSI. And so the bears could regain control of the market. On the 4-hour chart, the bulls are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And so this could play in line with ALGO tapping into this range, and then we see a corrective move play out. If I go on the 8-hour chart, so the bulls still have the momentum. And so I'm still looking out for that final push to the upside where we tap into this range, and then shortly after, I'll be looking out for that retracement to the downside. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's just my quick update on ALGO. Hopefully you found this useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.